Reason number one, I just really got into it. Let me pause for a second. Hello and good day to you all. Welcome to Realism with Christian, a show that's passionate about the film world and all the universes within it. My name is Christian Spivey, and before we get started, let's catch up. I'm watching The Blacklist. Blacklist has been out since 2013, is an NBC show, and it is super good. My wife and I were looking for a show to watch together after the shows that we caught up on. We saw that this had 7 seasons. And we're binging it right now. We're deep into it, man. We're in season 2, the end of season 2. We have like 5 more to go and then catch up on the season that they just caught up on. And I think they just got renewed for season 9. But here we are, The Blacklist. We're also keeping up with a show called Ted Lasso, which is on Apple TV+. Stars Jason Sudeikis. It is on season 2 right now. They are 3 episodes in. You need to watch that. If you want a good comedy right now, hilarious. The last movie that I saw just came out recently. We watched it on HBO Max. We did not watch it in theaters. Sorry. But we watched it anyway, and it was hilarious. It is The Suicide Squad. The new one by James Gunn. Written, directed by James Gunn. Starring a bunch of people right now. I'm actually doing a review on that movie later this week, but we'll get into that later. But that's pretty much it. That's a wrap for that. So thank you for coming to this mini catch-up session. Mini catch-up session. What? Now that we're back to our regular scheduled program, I wanted to do a topic that really can help you get to know me better in a way, and just basically just tell you more about why this exists. Now, some people are like, oh my gosh, here he goes again. He's going to say passionate 1,000 times. And he's going to go into this whole ordeal. Yeah, so what? Like, we're just going to go with it. If you want to ride along, by all means, you are welcome on this train, friend. If not, then we'll see you on the next stop. I don't know. But I just wanted to give you reasons why I would consider myself a film buff. I think that term comes from another clever term called cinephilia. 2 words into one, cinema and philia. Philia being an ancient Greek word for love, and cinema just being movies, an artsy term for movies. So, I just wanted to give you reasons why I would consider myself a film buff. I don't think a lot of people who are film buffs consider themselves film buffs, but I will own it for the biscuit, and I'm gonna roll with it because I feel like it's just gonna help us relate. So without further ado, let's get into it. Reason number 1 would be it comes up in every conversation that I have. I really wanted to use this as an outlet to hone those conversation topics, but I can't help myself. If I have to see a gap filled in a conversation that might be dying, or that just seems like it just needs to be spiced up a little bit, I'm going to incorporate film into the conversation one way or another. Reason number 2 is that I will watch any film once. Now, I don't think there's enough time in this life to watch every single film that I was not sure of or whatever. But if somebody's going out of their way to tell me about a film, I will, even if I don't think it looks appealing to my taste, I will at least watch it once. I will try to give it that chance. No promises that I'll ever get to it, but I will do my hardest, especially if you're trying to convince me. I will watch it at least once. Reason number 3 is I love that there is a unlimited supply of content that I can consume to get entertained by or inspired by. There's just so much. I don't think I will ever watch every single movie known to man, but I do believe that I will get a large chunk of it, and I just love that it's out there. It's out there. There's movies I've never even heard of that I'm probably going to fall in love with sooner or later. But as of right now, I don't know what they are. But I love that they're out there. That just it just excites me a little bit too much. But Who knows? Who cares? I love another reason, number 4, I guess. Yeah, we're on number 4, right? Yeah, number 4 would be that there's a unity factor behind it. Like, it brings people together, brings strangers together in a dark room, watching a film together, laughing together, crying together, experiencing a movie together, and you don't even know them. And sometimes you do. Like, you bring that one person, or you'll have a movie party, or you'll have your sleepovers growing up and whatnot. But the unity factor, I love that. I love that it brings my friends together. I love that it brings my family together. I love that it brings the community of the city I live in with all the strangers I don't even know together. And that's such a strong realm to be in, because it just brings us all together. It sounds cheesy and cliche because it is, but it's true as well. So the only reason you can get away with cheesy and cliche is if it's true. I love that I can be a part of it in any aspect, even the negative ones, and I'm still a part of that. If you want to be a part of something, just be a part of the film world. Because even if you like rag on films, or if you're positive, or you're an audience member, or if you're an amateur filmmaker, or if you're a professional filmmaker, you are a part of it in some way or form. Now, that can relate to a lot of things, and you can apply that to a lot of different outlets and realms of things in this world. But as far as the film community goes, a lot of people, it's like one of the few things that I noticed that people will appreciate the negative sides of things as well, because I appreciate negative comments towards film. Is like, okay, finally somebody that's not obsessed with this movie, that even if I don't like it, or if I can relate and not liking it, but it's just really cool that I know that there's another side to things, so I know it's like still balanced, and I'm not going insane about a bunch of robots that are like, yes, I liked it so much, it was great, 5 out of 5, 6 out of 5. But I love that there's different aspects you can be a part of. And I would consider myself that, and that's why I consider myself a film buff, because I love those little details of things like that. Number 6, I love that it's a universal language for a lot of people. There's many people that I've met that we can relate on film, and that I can see a film, not understand a word of it, but the storytelling is so compelling and beautiful. They're not even saying anything, and I understand what's going on. I love that. I love that it speaks volumes, whether you don't speak the language. Really, like, it's universal. It's beautiful. That's why I would consider myself, is because I can speak a universal language. Not really, but I just love that aspect of it. Number 7 is I want it in my life forever. I'm trying to make a career out of this eventually. Like, whether it happens or not, like, I will go to the ends of the earth, and I will do my best to try to make it happen. Like, I don't have doubts, but you have doubts every once in a while, but I'm fairly confident that I can enter this world and I can do good in it once I get the opportunity. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. I think it's just meeting the right people at the right time, and if I'm meant to do it, I think it'll happen. But this is my little dip my toe in the water kind of moment with this right here, this outlet right here, explaining things like this to you and why I'm a film buff. Hopefully somebody sees that one day, or they can look back on it and be like, dang, he really does like film like that. But it's not the reason to boost a career, because I don't think this is the place to do it. This is just simply a guy telling you why he's passionate about the thing he's passionate about, and giving you the reasons why. And that was one of them, just because I don't know. I just want it in my life forever, and I want it so bad, I'm willing to incorporate it into a career. Number 8 is I take it way too seriously. Now, this can be looked at in many different ways or forms, but I think it's positive mostly. I think if you're going to claim and be so much passionate about something, that you have to take it way seriously, and that you shouldn't be some schmuck just going around all willy-nilly and spitting out things. Sometimes I do that, and I think that's okay, but you learn from it. If you don't learn from it, then it's bad. But I just think that taking it seriously and taking it way seriously are two different levels, obviously, but taking it way seriously, I feel like, shows more of like where your passions are rooted into, especially about things you talk about that you're passionate about. The ninth reason, and I'll end it with this, is that it makes me feel valued. There is an emotional side to film that a lot of people don't let themselves experience, or they do because the film is just so good that they can't do anything but give you an emotional response. But it just makes me feel valued when a director, even if it's intentional or not, is just writing something and they deliver it, and they do it in the name of cinema. I do believe that some directors and writers will do it purposely and use their platform to express themselves creatively. And I think there's stuff that are deeply rooted or surface level rooted that people express themselves through film, and I love that. And it makes me feel valued, and I just love film for that, and I will always be passionate about it because of reasons like that. But regardless, I just wanted you to know me a little bit better on why I'm so passionate about things like this, and why movies are so important to me, and why I like to retain this knowledge and gain more knowledge and tell people about it and whatnot. And there's a lot of things you can learn, especially if you're trying to enter the film world, from your friends that are film buffs or cinephilias or whatever you want to call them, like whatever term is out there that could be described somebody that's passionate about film. But that's like another whole video that I could go into. Actually, I had notes on it right here, but I'm going to wait for that one. But if you got this far, thank you so much. Literally, tell me if you consider yourself a film buff or not. Tell me what your passions are. Tell me why you don't like film if you don't like film. Just comment on there below. While you're at it, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, ring that bell because apparently it helps you out, and I don't believe them. So prove me wrong. But yeah, thank you so much. Until next time, this has been Realism with Christian. See you later. I just want to take a moment real quick at the end of this video because it's a one-on-one video. I don't know if I'll do this on every video, but I'll just keep it very open-minded, and if I feel led to, I will. But that last reason I gave in the video is it makes you feel valued, is a reason why I have beliefs on what I do, or why I have beliefs in the things I believe in. The reason I believe in the Lord, the reason I believe in God and choosing to live that lifestyle and giving him the time of day is because I felt value in that. And it wasn't that I needed to feel that to be established. It's that apparently that's something that you already are before you even feel it. So you are valued before, even if you don't feel valued, you are valued. You're valued by God. Obviously, you're valued by Jesus because he died on the cross for you. And you're just valued by the Holy Spirit, all three in one. So if you didn't feel valued before, there's three beings who value you. You have purpose. And I don't think you can live out that purpose until you encounter the Lord, and that is open up for you to take. There's a lot of depth that can go into it, but it's also just a simple decision. If you have more questions about that, if you want to talk to somebody about that specifically, or if you just need some positive conversation because you don't get too much positive conversation in your life, we're more than happy just to talk to you about movies or anything. But by all means, talk to us. Like, we're here for you if you need it. And if you want to get to know the Lord better, we're here as vessels, open vessels, to let God speak through us to you. It sounds strange, but by all means, once you hear about it, I don't think it'll be that strange, because once you start experiencing who he is as a person and spiritual being, you'll start to see what people are talking about, I feel like. But that's entirely up to you. So if you have any questions, we're here to help in any way that we can. So thank you so much if you listened this far. And we love you. And we're praying for you. Be blessed. We'll see you later.